Going back to in Monte-Carlo now, going back to your homeland.
Yeah,
Chicago.
but yeah, going to London next and then Chicago to visit. My mother's going to be 98 years old in September, so I got to go visit her. And then I'm going to go visit the Chicago Cubs, and as if it'll help, but sing the seventh inning stretch throughout the first pitch, which I'll try to do once a year when possible. Uh, we own a restaurant in Burbank, California called Taste Chicago, so we've brought a little bit of Chicago to California for the last 12 years. So anyway.
I love that too, and singing for the seventh inning stretch at a Cubs game as a Chicago, and you've made it.
To me, yeah, I know. It's funny. I met Eddie Vedder years ago, and all we talked about was like being in the Cubs. Isn't that great being able to sing the seventh inning stretch? So I thought it was pretty cool.
Very, very cool. Welcome back to Monte-Carlo. Like
Thank
I said,
you.
We met here 2 years ago.
Yes.
Talk to me about what it's like to be here, to be part of such a wonderful show,
Yeah.
and to be embraced.
Well, if they could just do something about the look of the place, if they could just spiff it up a bit. No, I mean, it's, as you can see, it's just fantastic. I mean, it's such a beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful city. So it's a blessing. I mean, look, I've been making a living since I've been, or let's just put it this way: at 16 years old, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actor. I found out at 16 this is what I want to do. And I've been making a living at it for now over 40 years. And so to be in this kind of surroundings, to be able to be on a hit television show, had the career I've had, I feel really blessed. So it's all, I got no complaints. It's all good.
It seems like, too, being a part of the show Criminal Minds, and just experiencing here as a journalist, fans' reaction to this show, you guys really have a hit on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feel now? So we wrapped up the 9th season.
Right. We've wrapped up the 8th
season. I'm sorry.
Right.
We're going into the 9th season.
Right.
Talk to me about where your characters have left off, the season finale.
Yeah, well, I mean, we lost the character this past season with Strauss, who was kind of like she was kind of like what we referred to as the 8th member of the team, who was kind of like the boss, who my character had problems with on and off, but then you found out I had a relationship with her over this past season. So that was kind of interesting. Well, both the last two seasons, we ended the episodes in David Rossi, my character's backyard, because we established my character's he's the guy with money. He retired and went off and wrote books and lectured and he's wealthy. So it's been kind of, I'm hoping in a way that it'll become a tradition with the show, that we end the season with us having this. 2 years ago we had a wedding. JJ's character got married in my backyard. This year we had more like a memorial service for the character Strauss. So it was kind of a nice, it wasn't a cliffhanger. We kind of resolved a year-long thing with this character, the replicator, and so it was. I thought it was a nice ending and yet an opening for what would be our 9th season.
Into the 9th season. How much say do you have in your character and where Roxy's going to be going now in this next?
I do have a little input. Last season I pushed for an episode that would deal with my character's past in the military, and we did it. We shot an episode called The Fallen, which dealt with, showed flashbacks to the 60s where I was in Vietnam as a 19-year-old. Of course, they hired a young actor who I thought did a good job of playing me at 19. And it dealt, what I liked about it is it was a storyline that my assistant actually co-wrote, and we wanted it to show the problem of homelessness in the military, and we dealt with that, because what happens in the episode, I run across my old commanding officer from Vietnam, and now he's African American homeless on the streets of Los Angeles. So I felt in a way, besides creating an entertaining episode of our program, we did almost a public service, because at the end of the episode you see me take him to a shelter for homeless veterans that actually does exist in Los Angeles called New Directions, and they actually use the name, and so I applaud the network and the show for allowing us to do that, because we did a public service besides creating what I thought a great episode for Criminal Minds. So this coming season, again, I hope to have some input. We did an episode a few years ago about one of my former wives. They established that I've been married 3 times, that Rossi's not very good at that. And so we did a 2-part episode that dealt with my first wife. Maybe we'll find out what happened with the other 2. So when I get back to the States, one of the first things I'll do is actually meet with the writing staff and just throw out some ideas. I'm going to direct an episode this season as well, so I'll have input on that. So I look forward to it. It keeps things interesting. A couple of Thomas has directed an episode. Matthew Gubler has directed numerous episodes. He's done a wonderful job. So when you're on 9 seasons, you have that ability to kind of be more involved, I think.
It's a great show.
You know, what people forget or don't realize, like you'll watch a show and they'll say, "Oh, wow, that show is that can be so heavy and grim and it's got those aspects to it, dark. How do you stay from being depressed?" Or, what they don't understand, the show runs about 44 minutes an episode without the commercials. We take 8 days to shoot that episode. 8 days to shoot 44 minutes. There's a lot of time for us to not be. So all the time, after, between action and cut, we get serious. Everything prior and after that it's pretty lighthearted. I mean, and you find out people who really do those jobs for a living as well have to do that. I mean, I've interviewed. I've been to Quantico twice, and I've visited the real BAU at the FBI. You talk to these people, and when you talk to people who do that line of work, they purposely have to kind of keep a sense of humor about themselves and about what they do and all that. Otherwise, you go crazy, So no, we have a lot of joviality on our set and amongst ourselves, and so it's like I say, we get serious when we need to be, but beyond that, it's we have a pretty good time.
Really great cast. I know they're wrapping us up, but I just really quickly, can you
Yeah.
tell me about your Kickstarter project? I know it's another member of Criminal Minds are doing a really
Yes,
good
well,
project.
what it is, Kirsten has done this wonderful film based on a play that her company has done called Kill Me Deadly. It's kind of a spoof on the old kind of film noir movies, and I played a part. I did a part in it, for her because I love Kirsten and I love the project. And so little by little, she's, Kirsten is such a wonderful person. She did this festival just last year, I know, and so I'm doing everything I can to help her get. So yeah, support Kill Me Deadly. Go on the internet, help her finish this movie because they're actually making it like 10 minutes at a time. I swear. But the production values are just tremendous. It's a great script. It's a lot of fun, and I know Leslie Ann Down is involved. I'm involved. Little by little, Shamar from our show is going to be doing a part in it. But it's really a very, it's from the heart for Kirsten, and so I'm just happy to support it.